Hello, trends lovers with Octavia. Welcome back. Good morning from my side. Let's do a quick one. This is 11 a.m. my time. Let's see if we can get a 20 or 30 minutes. There's something I want us to talk about. When people keep flip-flopping, thinking that everybody have amnesia like them, or should we say selective amnesia, then we have to come back and remind them that we still remember things you have said, things you have done, your actions, and everything else in between, right? So, we are going to be discussing about Miriam. We know that Miriam has actually turned her mouth severally, but this is a woman that despises korra. This is a woman that hates. I don't like using this H word so much, but this is a woman that does not like korra at all for no tangible reason. Okay, that's Marian. So let me quickly check our sound and let's get into this live stream. Like I said, it will be a quick one, and I know most of my viewers, you people will see the um replay of this. And please watch, like, subscribe, turn on notification, and share. Okay, so sound is good, sound is good, sound is good. Uh So that's what we're going to be discussing on this video. Now we know that of late, Mariam has been this person that will come out. If you've seen Mariam's latest videos, um, from let's say 2 3 months, let's say 2 months or 3 months ago, let's say from summer till now November, you notice that Mariam wants to make this whole thing look like, oh, I've been this mutual person. If you're just coming, you're welcome. Please give the live stream a thumbs up. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. I greet you according to your time. Okay. So thank you so very much for joining us. Welcome everyone. God bless you. Thank you for joining and thank you as you give us a thumbs up, as you give the live stream a thumbs up. Thank you. Let me just quickly share this to Entertainment Daily. So everyone can actually catch up, because what we discuss here would not be what we discuss in Entertainment Daily. We'll be discussing something different. So in order for everybody to catch up on all the whole drama surrounding this Cora and JD's case that shouldn't even be uh in the beginning. Okay, like it shouldn't things shouldn't be the way they are. Okay, so let just a quick share, and we'll get right into the conversation. And please, let's keep this interactive. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you know this woman, Miriam, this JD's, this JD's lawyer, this JD's ethics, this woman that said she's been traveling around the whole of Europe studying ethics, and she's bagged so many what is it called? So many degrees, and she's quick in calling out people and how people are not smart, and they think that everybody is not smart. But I think because she thinks she's bagged so many degrees that we've not seen, but we're just working with her words, right? Miriam really thinks that she will do something that we all saw, something that she did right in front of us, things she said with her own mouth and everything. And 2024, she will just come and twist everything around, and we're just like she thinks she has the magic wand that she just will use it to manipulate everybody, and we're all going to forget what she's done, things she said, and how she championed that evil cause. All of that we're going to be discussing. Hmm. I have my water right next to me now. Let's get ready. Let's go. So I just feel like enough is enough for Mariam and this narrative that she's trying to make it look like every other person did something wrong, but she's the innocent one that was just there to fight for justice. She was innocent, and if she did anything that people want to hold her responsible for, people should not, because it was a mistake and she didn't see, she didn't know, yada yada yada. And trust me, that's not what it is. Miriam knew what she was doing right from the beginning, right from the start, right? So there's no way in 2024 Miriam is coming in to paint herself to be this innocent person that was fighting for justice. Like I said, from summertime till now, if you people remember, Miriam started, I did this for the kids. I fought for those children. How dare you people call me names? No, there's no way you can be fighting for the mother. You can be fighting for the children that you don't like their mother. It's not possible. You don't like the mother of the child. Every time you see that child, one thing that comes to your mind first is the parents of the child. Okay. It takes very few people to be able to not like you and say to themselves, well, okay, I might not like this person, but the child is innocent, the child is not. But a lot of people will most definitely treat your children the way they want to treat you, because to them, that is them punishing you. Okay. Every evil thing they want to do to you, if they're not able to get to you, they will do it to your children. So Miriam coming out and telling us that I'm fighting for these children, I'm fighting for these children, and everything I did was for the children, everything I did, and kept screaming, oh, JD never wanted to take these kids from Korra. JD wanted custody, 50-50. That's a huge lie. Going from that. But then when you listen to Miriam's old videos, you will hear the kind of things that Miriam said. Who comes on social media? Tell me, which good, reasonable person with no evil intention comes on social media, and the first thing the person wants to do is to criticize a mother on how the mother is raising her children and scream on the top of your voice? Remember, this is someone that is telling you that she was neutral right from day one. She wanted to fight for Korra, she wanted to fight for Chady, she wanted to make sure they didn't lose their kids, that's her interest. That's why she came into this whole thing, because she knew that's where this thing was going, right? Okay, you were fighting for both of them. All right, let's talk. So if you were fighting for the both of them, how come that you're this person that came online and you kept criticizing, talking about how dangerous and how Korra was endangering the life of those kids, how Korra was danger. There, there is nothing else this woman was saying. Every time this woman was screaming danger, where she even started encouraging other people, because if you know, Coral Bill goes live several times in a day. Okay, so to catch up on everything that Cora is doing, it's not easy. Even if you have your notification on, there are live streams that you will miss. Okay, because Cora will virtually stream everything that she's doing, so you can catch up, right? So it got to the point where Miriam had to get people to come in and start, if you're just joining us, you're welcome. Please give the live stream a thumbs up. Thank you so very much. God bless you as you do so. So it got to the point where, sorry, give me a second. Sorry, I just noticed something. Let me unplug it. All right, sorry. Sorry for that short break. I had to unplug something from the wall that's been charging since. Okay, so back to our talk. So Miriam will come online, then recruit people and tell people to go and watch Cora and pick up on things that Cora is doing that will endanger the children's life. Take a timestamp of at what point in Cora's live stream where that thing happened. And, because she was teaching people how to collect evidence, right? But she was not teaching at the same time. This is somebody that said she was being neutral, right? Working in favor of the kids and not working for JD, neither was she working for Cora, but working for the benefit of the children. But she was teaching people on how to go to Cora's live stream to collect evidence. That's what she was doing. And this evidence was what she used, because we know that she was the one that helped JD to build, and she kept bragging about it. Okay, until date, she still brags about it. But the part that is pissing me off is the fact that Miriam wants to twist this whole thing to make it look like she was building a case that was going to help Cora and Justin against CPS. And we know that that is a fact lie. That was not what that case that she helped Justin to build was about. It was not for Justin to win 50 custody and for Cora to win 50 custody. We know that it was for Justin to have enough evidence to present and show that Cora was an unfit mom. And severally, we noticed that Miriam was even hinting that Cora was not well. Meanwhile, this is something that we know that a lot of the Caucasians that are married to Africans, that's the first move they make. From when you're dating them to when you're married to when you're all the love bombing you and whatnot, that time you're not crazy. The moment they decide to divorce you or they don't want you anymore, that instantly, that is the first thing they tag you: a mad woman, a mentally disturbed person. So for you, Miriam, to even think that you will come out and talk about how, oh, then they will interview sorry, then they will check the parents, and they will make sure the parent is taking their medication, and if she's taking her medication, then they will give a supervised visitation, and if she's getting better, when they come back to check maybe after some months, then they will now give unsupervised. What were you hinting? What were you hinting? You were going directly with what the narrative that JD was selling. So why don't you own it in 2024? Why don't you own it now, since last month, since 3 months ago, in October, in September, August, July? Why can't you just own it with your full chest and say, yes, what we did is what we did, and I don't regret it? There are people like that, they will do what they will do, and they will know that it's bad, and they will tell you they don't regret their actions, and they will tell you that they will never apologize. If somebody is trying to get them to apologize, they will tell you that they will never apologize, that you should not bother yourself, because they won't do it. So that's you wasting your time if you're trying to get them to apologize for something bad that they did. But for the fact that Miriam will just come in here and try to make us believe, and people that are following this case from this 2024 or middle 2024, will just really think that this Miriam is one very good person, or she was the only person that was neutral when this whole thing started. But we know that that's not true. The same way she came out and talked about how, oh, these people, they were doing jiggy, 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 jiggy. All these women that were supporting JD were doing jiggy, 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 jiggy. She mentioned Frida and the rest of them, allegedly, that they were doing jiggy, jiggy with this thing, JD. But she's managed to just remove herself and try to paint herself to be this very good, innocent person that fought for justice. All your videos you did, you kept coming for this woman, how she doesn't know how to do this, how she's not dressing the kids, how she's like everything was negative. And to think that this woman is someone that was close to JD, all the while she was making all these negative videos and encouraging people to go to Korra's page to collect evidence that they will use against Korra to show that she's an unfit mom and the kids should be removed from her. She never for once came out and teach people how to do the same to JD. But this is somebody that knew fully well that JD was meeting women online, bringing strangers into the home. Who among the both of them, if we want to look at it from that aspect, Korra Obiri and Justin Dean, who was actually endangering the lives of the children by Korra having the kids, according to Miriam? Oh, the kids were not properly dressed. The kids were always naked. This one and that one. Okay, that's what she did. And when Miriam was talking about things like, oh, and at also point on her live stream, the eldest child sat on the scissors, and the mom pulled the scissors underneath. I'm just pointing out some of the things that she has said, that she used as evidence against Korra. Okay, so these are the things you're talking about, but you would not address the fact that JD goes on Tinder and every other dating app or anywhere else in the world, meets total strangers with questionable behavior, and brings them home to come and take care of his kids. And any damn thing can happen. And if he wants to go out, he's going out. He leaves his kids in the hands of these terrible people that we even got to see how the lunatic from where does that one based, Pennsylvania or something like that, did, Crystal, how that one treated the children. So why does Miriam think that in 2024 she will come out with all this narrative talking about how she's the hero? She's everybody should applaud her because among everybody that got close to JD, she's the only person that remained focused, and she's the only person that was neutral and was fighting for justice. What is your definition of justice? If you said you studied law, you studied ethics, you studied criminology, you studied everything studyable, only you are a pilot, an astronaut, everything, you're a physicist, a mathematician, all, jack of all trades, like all the degrees that are acquirable, you've acquired all of them. How is it that you were teaching people to go to Coral Spray to collect this evidence, but you were not able to do the same? Several people have come out with how dirty his refrigerator is. Now go to Facebook, see what Nani Jeba is posting, how unkept the home is, and all whatnot. Did you ever come out to teach people how to also go collect evidence against JD, if you really was actually fighting for the children, if that's the reason why you really brought yourself into this whole thing. So you can see what Mariam is trying to do. Mariam knows that the way things are going, more expose that is coming out from Nani, and who's next? Who's next? We don't know. But Nani Jeba is still talking, and it doesn't look like Jeba will stop anytime soon, because Jeba's ego or whatever was bruised, Jeba is hurt. So Jeba will keep talking. And JD even made it worse by coming out to call her a thief that stole his $7,000 camera when she was leaving, ransacked through his boxers and his stockings and things like that, trying to steal stuff. So we don't know. Jeba will just keep talking. So Jeba is exposing a whole lot. And if you see the latest post that we will get into from Jeba, that we will even get into later on. So the main thing why I want to do this live stream is the fact that it pisses me off that Miriam wants to play the innocent person, talking about, I have evidence, I've never revealed anything, I have this, I have this, I have that. Are you going to talk about how evil you are? Now, when people call you evil, you talk about how people don't know what they're saying. People are saying that you wanted to honor life Paobidi, you denied it, but there's no way somebody will just come out of the blue and say something that you did not do, right? Because the other one you were even insulting, long mouth even said it, that if you talk too much, she's going to be dropping evidence. So there are things that she's going to be pulling up her old phone, and she's going to be dropping stuffs. And we also saw the email between you and this other lady, where you were sending evidence and all of that. At no point did we see you collect any evidence that will incriminate um JD. At no point did we see you come out on social media to make a video, a live stream, or what have you, that will implicate JD. But you constantly, over the years, did that to Korra. So, what makes you think that in 2024 you want to make yourself look like the innocent person, the bystander that just looked at the whole thing and decided to help in your own little way? You knew how terrible JD was, because even when everything was going south, when Korra decided to sue um Crystal, to take Crystal to court for what Crystal did to her children, you were still there screaming, telling JD, go and support KO, go and support KO, because you knew you didn't like Crystal also. Because maybe JD gave Crystal preferential treatment. Of course, Crystal is somebody of his race and looks like him and whatnot. You think you Frida, Lolo, and the rest are just lunatics that don't know that every name that he calls Korra is names that he's going to also call you. Color. All right, sorry. Sorry. Someone just knocked and I had to answer the door. Okay. I wasn't expecting anyone. It was a unexpected guest. I wasn't informed that someone was coming. I just heard a knock and I had to get to the door and chat a little bit with the person and then get back. So sorry for that silence. I didn't even have time to tell you all to excuse me because it was a knock and my door was open and I had to see who was there because I wasn't expecting anyone this morning at least. So apologies for that silence. Apologies. And those of you that are going to watch the replay too, I apologize. I didn't see that coming. Okay, so like I was saying, when you look at this whole thing, you can tell. So to the audacity that this woman Miriam will come out, telling us that she's this innocent person that always did the right thing when evidence and everything is there and it's glaring. A person bringing, nobody knows who's the killer. Nobody knows who's that crazy person that will just take your children to the bathroom and turn on water and just so many things can go through your mind, and you're not doing background check on these people. And when you see the kind of people he associates with, when you hear them talk, when you see them, you just know that these people are kind of disturbed, like they've been something, like they look weird. Okay, they look weird. So Miriam saw and knew all of these things because she was that close. You remember that they would be making statements like there was a point where whatever decisions they wanted to make in their WhatsApp group, their Facebook group, and all the groups they had, all those plans that they used to make, that um, uh, Miriam, the JD will tell you to run it by Miriam. Okay, so they will run these ideas and this whatnot by Miriam's, and then the video, the emails that was sent. I will send you this evidence. I was told we could trust you, we could this, we could do that, and all of this plotting. Why do you think that you can come out in 2024 to come and be painting yourself to be this innocent person? Because you know that this case is gaining popularity as time is going. More people are getting to know about it. For example, when this whole thing started, the blogger, let's talk about it with Amora, didn't know about this stuff. Okay, she talked about when, if you go and listen to Amora's, like you will hear her mention when she got to know about this case and started following this Cora's and JD's case and started reporting on it. So different people, you can tell that they started following or catching up or knowing that something's going on somewhere, that they want to just like, okay, let me see what's going on with this. So Miriam is trying her best to paint herself, and that's one thing that will not happen. Miriam, you will not go and paint yourself to be this person that did not do anything wrong. You are innocent. You've accused all the other women that were or are still with JD, that they've done freaky with JD. So what? You just magically out of the one or out of the hundreds, because when Kim Baker was talking, Kim mentioned about how they could have up to hundreds of them in those private WhatsApp group and whatnot. Okay, so out of all the people that did freaky, you're the only one that did not do any freaky, even if it's phone sex and whatnot. You didn't do video call where you people were all flirting and whatnot. You didn't do it. Was only the other people that you mentioned that did something. So you will notice that Miriam is doing her best to distance herself from the whole negative part of this JD stuff. But there's no way you can be a JD supporter and you think you can distance yourself from all the evil things that has happened. And I don't know if it's because she knows that something is up, with this whole things that have been happening and investigations that are going behind the scenes, that they have to still be hush hush on, that they cannot talk about. But because she's an inner caucus member, she knows this thing. So it seems like she's just trying her best to put all these videos to cover up the old videos that she's done, where when you go, her latest videos are bashing other people, calling other people out, and trying to sound like I've been neutral from day one. I've been in the middle. I've never taken sides. I wasn't on JD's side. I wasn't on Korra's side. If it's time to call out Korra, I will do so. If it's time to call out JD, I'll do so. If I have an advice that will help both of them, I will give it. But we know that that's not what Miriam has been doing. So my question is, what's up with you? Why do you think you're going to turn everything around this last minute? We know that you don't like that woman, and not because that woman did anything to you. Korra did not do anything to you. You don't know Korra from anywhere. The only connection is the fact that Korra is from Nigeria, you are from Nigeria. Korra is from the continent of Africa, you are also. What else is the thing that connects the both of you? You're not of the same tribe. So what are we talking about? What are we really talking about? I'm just, I just, it baffles me how somebody really thinks that with all the evidence that you have online, you're just going to come out and tell us anything that your brain tells you, and you expect us to run with it and believe that, yes, that's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, there are videos of you doing the most. Okay, so let's listen to this.
The divorce is 50-50. That's what Justin wants. 50%, 50-50. If not because of the endangerment to the children and all those video evidences about, the neglect of the children.
Did you hear that? These are things that she has said before. And I think because these people will go and delete videos or private videos, you have the option of deleting your content, privating your content, what have you. So these people will go ahead and do those stuff, and they think that some persons have not already downloaded some of those content that you've done, to just save it for in case of incasity, in case something happens tomorrow, in case something happens in the future. They want to be able to present it that look at what you said, look at what you posted, look at what you share, so you will not be able to deny it. When you listen to her words carefully, this is somebody that said she has bagged all the degrees that are baggable in this world. So you will not tell me that such a person does not know when you're talking about a sensitive uh uh um case, that you should be careful with the kind of things you say. But we do know that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. And that's exactly what we see in this case. That is what we see. Out of the abundance of this woman's heart, she spoke exactly the way she felt about Korra. So why change it now in 2024? Be bold enough to put on the big girl's pants and say, well, yes, that's how I felt, or that's how I still feel, or probably my ego was bruised, so I decided I was going to, support the other person, even though I knew that person was not right, and what that person was doing was damn wrong. So let's keep listening.
If not because of the endangerment to the children and all those video evidences about, the neglect of the children, this man is not interested in applying for full custody. But because of what?
So, and then you can hear her talking about child endangerment. But she kept saying JD didn't want to. So, oh goodness me. Ah, this is the problem with people that just like to ring their own bell. I have done this, I have achieved that, and I have this. Do you know who I am? And this and this and that and that. When you're this braggadocious person, you will end up being the one to mess up yourself, even before the people that you're bragging for will even have the opportunity to open their mouth to say a word. You would have messed up things by your own self. People like this, you just watch them, just sit quiet and watch them destroy themselves by themselves. The same braggadocious behavior that JD has. I'm a doctor, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm from the US, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Did he end up destroying himself by himself? From Miriam has been screaming also, oh, he never wanted full custody, something that he said with his own mouth. And I will take the kids from her, and she will be sent to jail, and then she will be deported back to Africa, to Nigeria. JD said it severally. If you go and pull up his old videos, you will hear where he said it. Things he wanted to do to his ex-wife, Korra. It was always the kids. The kids were one of the targets. I guess because he tried so many other things and it wasn't working, or he knew if he goes through the other routes, it will not be easy for him to prove anything. So he wanted to go through the route of taking the kids because he knows that's going to hurt. And that's exactly what he did. Kept saying it, and not only saying it on social media, but kept plotting behind the scene, forgetting that you will say it or you will plot, you will build your case, but you will not be the judge. Okay, you will not be the defense lawyer. The defense lawyer will be prepared, right? You're bringing there too, they are preparing. So there will be a battle in court to prove. You have to prove what you're saying. And the defense, they have to defend themselves. And because he has bunch of headless chickens that like to brag that they have everything, they are the best in the world, they've never made any mistake in their life, they are the best parents. How dare you go to question somebody else's parenting? It's only an idiot that does that. When you clearly see that there is nothing there to question, kids will play, kids will fall, kids will say. So a child accidentally sitting on this, what is that? Is that the first time? Is that the only child that you've seen that will sit if the parent drop a scissors on the table or something, and they're working on something that they need the scissors for, and the child sits on it? But Miriam did the most. And yet she kept screaming. He never wanted to. It was never in his plan to take the children, if not for the child endangerment. So Korra was the one endangering the children. But the Justin that that was bringing in strangers. But then when Korra decided to sue Crystal Hackett, it was the same Miriam that was screaming, how JD, how would you bring in a stranger? Or how would you bring in a character like Crystal Hackett, not once, not twice, to your home? So many things that we've heard his Inakaku's member reveal, how they talked about how he left the children in the room to go and drink downstairs during whatever, where did they even go? I don't know. So many things that JD has done, bringing in Nanny from Tinder, bringing in where did he bring the other one from? The one that was the one that came into listen, the one that walked into his live stream naked. I don't know where he found that one from. Then it was Summer. Then it was all these other people that we don't remember their names, or we don't know their names, or we don't know what. All of those things JD was doing was not risky. That the home, he didn't keep it in a good condition that is befitting for children to be in. That was not child endangerment. That these people, Crystal took a photo of his freezer, Nanijeba, or is it Nanijeba, took a photo of, yes, of his kitchen, and then with all these things, and then Nanijeba also posted something else where I don't know, was that the poo on the couch? The recent video I see on her Facebook page, I don't know, was that a poo on the couch, or was it a poo and the clothes everywhere on the floor? It is a hot mess if you see that stuff that Nanijeba just posted on her Facebook. It is a hot mess, I'm telling you. You won't believe that. What does it take to just pick up your clothes and not keep the clothes on the floor? Does it take you anything to pick up all the clothes that are on the floor, put the ones you put on the laundry? If you're not doing laundry immediately, go to Walmart, all those things, what people call those shops in the US. Go and get a laundry basket. Put in the dirty clothes. As you're taking off the clothes, you're not leaving them on the floor. You're putting it in the basket. So when you're ready to do your laundry, you go do your laundry. If your kids are scattering the place, before you go to bed, don't you pick up the kids' toys and everything and put them away? Or as you wake up in the morning, after making them breakfast and all of that, they're just sitting down there watching TV or something, you go and start picking up and start cleaning. What is it going to take you? Because of your braggadocious lifestyle, you went and rented the most giant house that you could find, all in the name of Pepper Them Gang. But Miriam did not see anything wrong in all of these things that JD did. But yet she was recruiting people, encouraging people, giving people free lessons on how to collect evidence. And she will even be bragging that people don't even know how to collect evidence. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And now you have something to say? Are you kidding me? And now you want to paint yourself to be the innocent person? Miriam, take several seats. You will only try to confuse people that started following the case from 2024 or towards the middle of 2024. Those people you will try to, but with people like us pointing out the nonsense you've done, even if they try to believe you, they will somehow accidentally stumble. You know how when you watch content about a particular topic, they do it on Facebook, on everywhere, YouTube. I know that YouTube and Facebook are very good at doing that. The type of things you watch on YouTube, after a while, YouTube knows what you watch and they will start suggesting that to you. Even music, if you start listening to certain type of music, you play them all the time, YouTube does what? YouTube creates a playlist for you, and they combine those music that you play regularly, that you listen to all the time, in a playlist created by YouTube that you didn't send YouTube. So once you come and you play, you press that playlist, and those music will just start playing one after the other. So somehow people that might have seen Miriam's video where she's painting herself to be this innocent person, the only person that ever associated with JD that did not do freaky with JD, according to her, and her, or saying everybody else was doing freaky or going for one or two reasons, she was the only person. And then she was the only person that was neutral, did not take sides, gave him good advice, gave Cora good. How do you mind this woman? Mm, it is well with how some people can comfortably lie.
Videos, you guys, you saw the video. This man is not interested in applying for full custody, but because of what all those videos, and you guys, you saw the video.
Can you imagine?
The divorce, the outcome of the divorce is 50-50. That's what Justin wants. 50%, 50-50.
Lies. Huge
Because
fat
of the
lies.
endangerment to the children and all those video evidences about the neglect of the children. This is not because of the endangerment.
Who was who was neglecting children? Who was endangering children? The JD that his job is to go to Tinder and every other app that they probably have not mentioned, and changing girlfriends up and down. When is the time that that one has to play with his children and do anything with his kids? The only thing JD is good at is for JD to go around looking for how he's going to destroy his ex-wife. So he sleeps on her page, watching all her live stream, watching everything she's doing. So who is neglecting the children? If his refrigerator looks the way it looks, and then his house looks the way that it looks, you people need to see. Do I have to go and screenshot that thing and post it like a short on YouTube? You, it's it. In fact, you need to see what Nani Jeba posted. So if Jade is the one that his home look like that, his refrigerator look like that, and he could take open food here, open this there, then those are the things that he will now use to feed those children. Who is endangering the children's life and health and whatnot, and bringing in strangers that one could just lose their mind? You know how people just lose their mind and they start doing evil things, and he leaves these children there and goes out on a date and goes to do this and goes to do that. But yet this woman stood and supported him, and now she wants to change the narrative. You won't be able to. Forget it, Miriam. It's not going to work.
All those video evidences about the neglect of the children. This man is not interested in applying for full custody.
Lies.
But because of what all those videos, and you guys, you saw the video. This man is not interested in applying for full custody, but because of what all those videos, and you guys, you saw the
Can
video.
you imagine?
The divorce, the outcome of the divorce is 50-50. That's what Justin wants. 50%, 50-50.
Tell me about it.
It's not because of the endangerment to the children.
Somebody
and all
that
those
said
video
something else
evidences about the neglect of the children. This is not because of the endangerment to the children and all those video evidences about the neglect of the children. This man is not interested in applying for full custody, but because of what all those videos, and you guys, you saw the video. This man is not interested in applying for full custody, but because of what all those
videos that she was the one that was busy piling up evidence against Korra. You know, sorry, she was the one that was piling evidence against Korra, encouraging people that didn't know their left from their right how to, even if they're on Korra's page watching Korra, they would not know how to collect anything as evidence from Korra's page. They just only know how to go there and insult Korra and move on. So for this woman to come and be screaming, if not for those child endangerment, if not of this, somebody that does not know, they would say, oh, so she's endangered. But this person that was sitting there running mouth, talking about child endangerment and otherwise, was the friend and the close paddy to the main person that was making moves and doing things that will endanger the children's life. But meanwhile, she was building a case in favor of that person. But today she wants to come out and tell us that I was the one I was the one that helped them with their CPS case. I was the one. It is because of me, thanks to me. Korra and Justin did not lose. What did I tell you people when we're doing that analysis? I said it is a lie. There was no time that Korra would have lost custody to CPS. There was no time. It's JD that kept doing his nonsense and kept doing things, kept recruiting all these headless chickens that can't think straight for themselves, and they kept, calling on CPS, because somehow their brain told them that when they call on CPS will come, and then after CPS investigate, they will see how unfit Korra is, and somehow JD will magically win full custody. It's not that easy, man. It is not that easy, mostly when the person have not done anything. You're just doing it because you don't like the person. You not liking somebody is not enough reason that will make CPS to take the person's children from the person. That does not have anything to do with CPS or child endangerment. You cannot go and say, I don't like this person, so I think the person is endangering the life of their children. And then they'll not say, oh, okay, because you don't like the person, we agree with you. We're going to take the person's children. But Miriam was screaming. It's not last month here, in October, that Miriam made that video where Miriam was screaming. Miriam was screaming on the top of her voice. If not for me, Korra and JD would have lost custody in 2022. I mean, what does she say? That they would have lost custody to CPS, both of them. Both of them would have lost their cases, but because of me, because everything we build and we work, they won. They won. And now you people don't know what you're saying. There was no time that Miriam was neutral and fighting for the benefit of both JD and Korra. There was no time. Even if JD will come out and speak the truth, JD will never tell you that there was a time where Miriam was working in favor of him and this thing. Because JD will not even work with anybody that wants to help Korra. If you're helping JD, you're helping JD, and you must not like Korra, and you must work against Korra. You must do everything to make Korra to look like the bad one. That is the only way you can gain entrance into JD's court. That's the only way you gain access. You must show the amount of hatred you have and how ready you are to join in the plot, the evil plot to destroy that woman. That's how the gate of hell opens. So for Miriam to sit here and talk about how, if not for her, those children would have gone into it just baffles me. This woman is just, even someone after listening to this in the comments, the person is asking which child endangerment. Like, unbelievable the kind of things that this woman has actually done, and she still somehow magically thinks that she can just come out and say whatever her brain tells her to say, and every damn person is supposed to just do what? Run with it. Everybody is supposed to do what? Believe what she's saying, that she fought for them. Meanwhile, she was building a case against Korra. I just want everybody to remember that no matter how good Miriam tries to paint herself, everybody should remember. Everybody should remember.
Guys, you saw the video. The divorce, the outcome of the divorce is 50-50. That's what Justin wants. 50%, 50-50.
Lie, woman.
It's not because of the endangerment to the children and all those video evidences about, the neglect of the children. This man is not interested in applying for full custody.
Which neglect? Oh,
what? All those videos. And you guys, you saw the video.
It's just unbelievable.
The outcome of the divorce is 50-50.
It is
That's what Justin
unbelievable.
wants. 50%, 50-50.
What 50%?
If not because of the endangerment to the children and all those video evidences about,
This is
the
really
neglect of
laughable.
the children, if not because of the endangerment to the children and all those video evidences about, the neglect of the children, this man is not interested in applying for full custody. But because of what all those videos, and you guys, you saw the video. This man is not interested
Nobody
in
saw
applying for
nothing.
full custody. But because of what
Nobody saw nothing. Okay? Nobody saw nothing. It's only Miriam in her delusional mind that thinks that people saw video where KO was endangering the lives of the children. Meanwhile, if you really look at the thing, it's actually uh, the other way around, Trying to find out. I wish I can find that video. Let me see, because that she spoke about that thing again when she was addressing hold on. She talked about it when I think, was it the video where Miriam spoke about not the one that she was addressing Lol. I don't think so. I think it's the one before that one. Okay, this is a JD. This one is what? In reply to who? Let me see. Violation. K versus JD stipulation. Wait, let's go down a little bit. K versus JD celebrating through I think it's on this her video.
I do apologize for not telling you about the minute order regarding KO versus JD case that was held yesterday. The minute order has dropped, but before it's called for hearing. The parties are sworn and testify. Please note that word. The parties are sworn and testify, which means both Korra and JD, they were sworn in and they both testified. The court, thereafter, the court cancelled and parties conferred on the record, which means the solicitors, the Korra, so all that agreement, everything JD stipulated was signed and agreed with Korra. Don't forget, the first case that was heard was JD case against KO. And that is why I did that video when JD came to social media and said, oh, now I feel like I find myself. I'm going to give her the keys. I'm going to do this. Stop. All of you, stop. Stop it now. He had a meeting with the solicitor. The solicitor have evaluated the cases and all the evidences that is submitted to the court. The solicitors have given him evaluation. What he thinks is going to happen.
I'm trying to see if this is where she said that.
You make your own case weak. In fact, you shouldn't have even put this application in anyway. So now you got to court yesterday and you say, look, I don't want this case to proceed to prosecution, which means the BSO section. If you don't want to take it, they look good. They're eating good. She's dressing them properly now.
You hear her? So I'm just trying to find trying to just go through Miriam's page and find some of our videos. Did you notice how she's saying talking this video now that just started? She's talking, oh, they're looking good. Now she's dressing them properly now. Was there any time where Korra was not dressing those children properly? But because Miriam wants to make people believe, this is her make-believe era that she's in now. She wants to make people believe that she did what she did because Korra was messing up. Korra was not prepared to be a mom. Who is the person that would be married to somebody like JD and you would just relax? Good morning, FA. Mingwa, Mingwa, Mingwa. Welcome, Queen. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining. Good morning. Yes, good morning to you too. How are you doing today? How is family? We're doing great over here. Glory to God. Everybody's doing fine. How are you? How is yours? How is family? For everyone that's just joining us now, you're welcome. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining. And please don't forget to like the live stream, give us a thumbs up if you're just coming in. Okay, we are 19, we have 11 thumbs up from what I see. Please, 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 let's take the thumbs up. If you forgot to give the live stream a thumbs up, please do so. If you're just coming in and you're just wondering what we're talking about Miriam, the woman that stood firmly, okay, by JD, and not only standing firmly, because there are people that they are just there on social media to help JD to go and antagonize Korra. Every time she makes a post, they go insult her, call her name, and do the most. But then we have the ones that works behind the scene with their expertise and everything, and they use it against Korra. And that one person is Miriam Awolowo. Miriam used her expertise. And Miriam will talk as if she's somebody that went to school and studied law, and she's a lawyer, a barrister, a judge, all put together, a solicitor, what else are they called? Everything put together, anything that has to do with these people in the legal system. And she's everything. She is everything, seriously. And if you say this Dilu, it's really Dilu. She really thinks that she will come and twist people's head now in 2024, trying to paint herself to be the innocent one that fought for justice, never ever took side with JD or KO, but stood for their children, wanted to make sure that she helped them win CPS. You that were teaching people how to build a case against somebody, how to collect evidence, how to contact CPS, sending email to all these people telling them, oh, we can trust you with this evidence. In here is a as also point in Cora's live stream. The child was sitting on this, and then this, that. You spoke about child endangerment. You spoke about how she's not taking good care of the children. The children were always naked. Now that, and even when you listen to her now, you can say that it's now she's dressing the children. Are you serious? Have you ever spoken about JD's home? Even when you were bashing Lolo, you were talking about how the rest of them are coming out. Everybody's coming out with evidence, where you're the only person that has ever associated with JD that refused to post any evidence. That JD knows that you have a lot of evidence on him if you will start posting, but you will not do things like that because that's not what you, the kind of person you are and whatnot. You know all the evil things that JD did, but you keep covering for him up until the 99th hour as we are speaking. So why do you think you want to paint yourself to be this neutral person? It will not work. It will not work. You made your choice. You made your bed. Now you will lay on that bed that you have made. You're not going to leave the bed that you made to go and lay in a new bed or someone else's bed. That is not going to happen, Miriam. Nobody will ever look at you and think that you were fighting for justice. No damn person would.
Not exposing them anymore.
Not
So
exposing
what
them.
is your problem?
Really. So she was exposing the children. That's to for Miriam, that is also a content creator. And one thing with live stream is not like video. If you're filming a video and your child or children decide to run into screen or scream or do whatever, you have the right to, when you're editing, to mute that part so whatever they said in the video will not be heard. You are also, if they run into the video, you have the option of, you know, clipping that part out, editing that part out when you are editing. But the thing with live stream is, as your life, your life. Whatever happens when you're live, it stays on the live stream. Okay. So the children wanders in, and little children, how many little children loves to wear clothes? Not many children love to wear clothes. Even as I'm an adult now, I can remember growing up, they used to chase me to wear my shoes because I didn't like wearing shoes. And until date, I still grew up with that. That whenever I'm in a place where there's the soil, I love to walk with my feet. Like I take it up until now, I will take off my shoes and still walk barefooted because I know the benefit. Like after I grew, when I was little, I didn't know why I was doing it, but okay. Uh I just felt more comfortable walking without shoes. But as an adult, I now know the benefit that comes with that. Now, sometimes you go to the beach, you see everybody take off their shoes, right? Walk in the sand. Me, I do it even in the forest. Even I can walk without my shoes. So kids walk without shoes. It's a normal thing. It is so normal. And if you are an African person, you will even understand more. And when you go to villages, we don't always wear shoes all the time. Doesn't mean we don't have shoes, but we just play around with shoes, like we're that entangled with nature. So for Miriam, that is a Nigerian woman, to another Nigerian woman, and talking about, oh, and the children did not wear clothes. And haven't you seen thousands of children on videos? Even when they advertise things like Pampers, don't they have the kids, the child that they use on the this baby diapers? Don't Are they not just wearing diapers and just sitting there without clothes? Don't we see that a lot? Even in movies, you can see a baby with a diaper. They feel more comfortable. Sometimes you wear them clothes, they start pulling it. They don't like it and they cannot tell you. So they, once they're not with clothes, that's how they dance around. So for Miriam to even make a huge deal about the fact that one or two times the children showed up on her live stream and they were not wearing clothes, but you will not make a big deal about the father's refrigerator, that you have contaminated food there, and in there is where he's going to put the yogurt, the fruits that the children will eat, and every other thing that he's going to use to cook for the children. You did not think that was going to look, because their immune system is not as strong as his. Maybe he can deal with it because he's grown up with living that style, that lifestyle. So his body, the bacteria and everything, they've been battling each other. They're now all friends, that they know when foreign stuff comes and say, oh, welcome, welcome. Are you here? Okay, we came in last week. In his body, they'll be having those conversations. So it will affect him the way it will affect somebody else, like a total stranger that comes into his home and eats and dine with him. You know how you go out and eat out sometimes, and some people come back and they fall sick because either the meat is not well prepared or something, or the whatever chicken was not properly cleaned and stuff like that. So that was not something that bothered Miriam enough, for all the ethics and traveling all around Europe, going to school and having all these degrees. It did not bother Miriam enough to come out and address these things. She still keeps the secret, still brags about keeping the secret and blaming the nannies and the Lolo for coming out to expose JD. But yet she wants to talk about somebody else.
To be healed, to want to move forward positively, to want to work positively with KO. Both of them, they still love each other. You can't change that. They have children together. I know the evidence I have, that I know JD is still in love with KO, okay?
Lying one.
He knows I've got so much things about him. But did you ever see me come out and be sharing, oh, look,
this point she just made alone shows that she's been taking sides, but she's trying so hard to make every one of us believe that she never took sides. She stood for the two of them and fought alongside Korra and Justin, and she fought alongside them against a CPS and made sure that CPS did not take their kids. There was no time Korra would have lost her children to CPS. But because of how twisted Miriam is, Miriam will never say the truth. Miriam will never say the truth. But talking about, you have all this evidence against JD. If you were able to come out on social media to talk about how Korra was endangering, in your own words, the life of the kids, why did you not also bring this evidence that you're talking about, that you still have, that you're still keeping as a secret? Why did you not bring this evidence out and use this evidence to describe how terrible, what is it called? JD is actually treating this the children, and how he's endangering the children.
This is the way I was talking to JD. This is what JD said. Look at the screenshot. Look at that. Oh, look at voice notes. No, guys. Because I'm not masky. Who will be blackmailing because of money and fees and rubbish? Come on, go inside. Yes, man. Yes, sir.
It goes to show that you like, no matter what happens, you will always support JD. You will always support JD, and it is only you yourself that knows the reason why you dislike Korra so much. Because I don't think both of you have ever met. She's never done anything to you. And if it's because she ignored you, she has ignored so many people. Okay. She even talked about how people contacted her to tell her story. She didn't tell her story. She wrote it in the book. So you're not the first person that contacted her that she did not respond to. She just, people decide what they want to do. Okay. You decide if you want to start creating content, how you want to be accessible or not so accessible to your to the general public, even though you're creating content for general public. That's not something that you take so personal that you want to now go to the other side and punish the person. The same thing that from what we're hearing that Frida too does. Frida is someone that knows Korra. They said you should comment on Korra's stuffs and things like that. Flipped over, and the next thing, name calling started flying and whatnot. So if you know that you cannot expose JD for the things that JD have done and the things that you have as evidence that you said JD knows that you have that you can use against him, then why are you comfortable in calling Korra out? Why are you comfortable in making it look like Korra is not doing her job?
That's what I'm talking about. At your age, when you're healthy, when God is with you, and you get to.
I thought you were talking about spirits when you were swearing for JD. Now is when God is with you. Anjali, you're welcome. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so very much for joining us today. How are you? How are you today? Anjali said, good morning, my Queen. I'm so sick of those evil people. They stick their nose in everyone's business. People in glass houses don't throw stone. Exactly. Exactly. Now she thinks she wants to do a cleanup, She wants to do a clean sweep where she's going to erase everything that she has done and she's going to start afresh to paint people because she said people are not giving her flowers. She that walked in, I think 2021 or 2022, that she walked and made sure, if not for her, if not for the case she built for them, they would have lost the children. And I'm like, can you just say JD would have lost custody? Stop smuggling Cora into the whole nonsense. And she will keep talking about how child endangerment, not taking care of the children, doing this one, exposing the children. But the father did the most. The father did the most from what Nani Jeba is exposing that we know. Okay, under 1 week, he met Nani Jeba on Tinder. And under 1 week, Nani Jeba was already nanny, mommy, and everything. Yo, bye,
One day
Miriam.
you'll still be kicking that ball. Kick it, yo.
I'm trying to see if she's.
Man.
I'm trying to see if she's going to talk
You'll
about.
be laughing at at my, at my, at my own body. No, honestly.
I'm trying to see where she spoke about that CPS thing, how she was bragging that people did not thank her instead of people to say thank you to her for helping Cora and Justin to win the CPS case, so CPS will not take their kids. That people are talking about the fact that she said something about kakpain, because that's how she used to say it. Instead of pain, she said kakpain, that she to honor life Ko's father, that she never said anything like that, and she was fighting for these people. Take several seats, madam.
You'll be laughing your head off. I'm not going to share that kind of thing in public. Marian.
She's just playing ball and screaming.
Just do your best. Do your best. Never to forget who you are. People can say anything about you. They put on the camera and they open their mouths. They will do all the nonsense lies. It's to get to remaining Justin follower, to give her money and stars. Because Master is desperate. Desperate. Okay? Desperate. Desperate. Trust me. Who's gonna pay all those loans she got herself into? Who? Tell me. Nobody. Nobody.
Just waiting to see if she will mention that here. But she has several
this
videos.
Is the UK. They go teach her no. They go teach her common sense. Let her continue running her mouth. Yes, so let her continue running her mouth. Ọlọ́mọ jẹ́ ká fi ọwọ́ ara wa tí olóore ọ̀fẹ́ dànù. The person who chopped my phone weapon, I gave her voluntarily in stars. It was 600 pounds deposited in her account.
This woman just knows how to use her money to support nonsense. If she's not using it to support JD, she's using it to support Longmouth. And at the same time, you call yourself this person that loves to stand by the truth and fight for justice. For all of the people you've ever fought for, donated something to, helped in one way or the other, are evil and malicious people. So what does that tell you? It shows that you only know how to help people that are oppressing other people. You don't help the oppressed. You don't help the needy and the downcast. You go and help the one that you're not supposed to help.
Because she lied to me that she didn't receive the other 200 pounds. You see,
Trying to sing.
this mother. Àpẹẹrẹ yẹn wọ́n gbé síwájú ẹ̀ ní pé wòkè láyé ẹ̀ ò ní fẹnu kọ mọ́. Ìwọ ló fẹnu kọ Meskin. Go and ask Yorùbá for minute. Ìwọ ló fẹnu kọ. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá ṣoore fún ẹ. Everybody that help you to progress in your life to get to where you are today. This is the same thing you did to them. We have a lot of facts, but leave Justin's hateful followers alone. They need time to recover from the shock. He shocked them. Everything we said
So you see, when you talk too much, so now you realize that Justin's followers are haters. So and she is also Justin's followers, because even though she's pretending that she's now on a neutral ground, she's not taking sides with anybody. You will notice that she's always supporting Justin. Instead of her to say she built a case file for Justin to win against Korra, she said she built a case file for the both of them to win against CPS. Lies. She kept hinting that Korra would have lost the kids. JD was the one that would have lost his kids to this thing, not Korra. But now she realized that they are haters. So if Justin's followers are haters and they're going to get, it shows that you too, you're a hater, and you were a hater for a long period of time before you now decided to distance yourself a little bit. And even in you distancing yourself, you kept helping them, showing them how to collect evidence, how to report to CPS, how to do all of these things. You people were teaching how to call the police, even if you're living outside the United States. There's no class they didn't have for free.
The final judgment is what did you have to go back to? It's what K will have to go back to. Yeah? Take her to court. Go and take custody. Hello. That California. If they don't have 50-50, it will be extremely difficult for one of them to have full custody. They know what I mean. Okay? They know
This
what
woman,
I mean.
she will never
So
say the
both
truth.
of them the very best, okay? Let's do one for the road. No. That is only. You better go and get extra job. Leave JD. Who does that? No be juju be that. Continue. So that the people who are spiritually gifted, they will see the true horns on your forehead. That was a warning for people to run. But how many people are looking deep? How many people are blessed?
I'm really trying to find where she said that
stuff. Stop before it's too late for you. In fact, it's too late. Like we said, like they said in the meeting, they said, no, it's too late. Orílẹ̀ ayé báyìí. Ọlọ́run mẹ́rin tó ṣépè fún ẹ, o ti lọ fẹnu kọ́. The criminal charge. Post it on your page. Charge about that.
Anyways, but this woman, if you all remember, was screaming when she was doing this series of videos, right there, where she was screaming that she was the one that helped them to win court case, win court case, win court case. Meanwhile, the truth of everything, she forgot that she already said it. She already said it long time ago, before now. But Miriam, it is just too late. Trust me, you will try, but you will not succeed. You will try this new week. We see it. Everybody see. Everybody can see. Everybody can see where you're going with this thing. We see how you're trying to twist this whole thing to make it look like, oh, well, I am innocent. I'm not a monk. I did not do this. I did not do that. But everybody knows that you, from day one, plotted evil against Korra. And that is what it is going to be. You will try to change the narrative, but it will not change. That's one thing I want you to know. So continue with this, your screaming and beating around the bush and trying to make it look like, oh, you are so good. No problem. Let us wait and see how good you are. Let us wait and see. That being said, I want to say thank you also very much. I've been talking for an hour and it's 12:22 now, so I have to dash out from the house. So I will see you all later. We'll come back on Entertainment Daily. I don't know when, I don't know what time, but if I have, whenever I have the time, if I have like 20, 30 minutes to an hour, I will just jump in so we can have another conversation over there. There's so many gists to cover. Time is the thing. Thank you also very much for joining me this morning, and I will see you all later. See you later. See you later. See you later. Thank you so much for joining, and those of you that will watch the replay also, thank you so very much. Don't forget to like the live stream if you're watching the replay. Share if there's somewhere you can share to, and let's keep talking. People cannot come out and purposefully commit all of this level of wickedness against their own fellow human being, but at the same time, they want to turn it around and make it look like, no, I didn't do that, even though the evidence is out there where they said things by themselves, words coming out from their own mouth. And when they were saying these things, they were saying it with all conviction, trying to convince you that that was the truth and that's the way. Now the truth and everything is coming out to light, and they want to make it look like, well, I never said that. That wasn't me. No, it's you. Your voice, your everything. We can recognize it. So thank you also very much. And let me know what you think about how Miriam is trying to change the narrative of everything to make it look like she doesn't have any beef, with Korra or whatsoever. Thank you all so very much. See you all later. Thank you. Bye for now. God bless you abundantly.